day. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. Desean Watson and the Houston Texans.
Well, the weather outside couldn't be better. They've opened the roof and the retractable windows on the sides, and it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here comes Johnston on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Texans ready to take over here on offense, and it's Desean Watson at the controls in his 5th season now in the NFL.
And he made both sides happy last week, didn't he?
3-3.
I mean, his guys, they caught 3 touchdown passes, but he threw 3 interceptions. Gotta get off of that schneid and get back to just throwing touchdown passes and taking care of the ball better.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Flush to his right, and he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, screen pass to Lindsey. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Watson now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnston. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Colts offense ready to go here for the first time. And the former Philadelphia Eagle turned Indianapolis Colt, Carson Wentz, set to take over here at the controls in his first year in Indianapolis.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 18 carries, 64 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Now a give running left with Mack. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd down and 7. On the handoff, running left, Marlon Mack. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Wentz. He's got Jack Doyle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. And that's caught by the tight end, Branson. And he is going to have a Colts first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Into the red zone, Wentz. He completes this one to Mack. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 7 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And that throw behind find his man. He missed him. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Frank Reich, he didn't even seem hesitant about this. He wants to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Mack, and he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 11. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
On 1st down, it's Watson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The numbers for Cooks in that game last week: 3 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Now Watson's throw is taken in by QT. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Lindsey now off the read option. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. First and goal from the 3. Lindsey. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Phillip Lindsey, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. That time a 6-play drive, and it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsey touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Not a blitz, but the guy who's normally the last line of defense recognized that he had a chance to get to the quarterback, and that's exactly what he did.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz rolling to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here are the Texans to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Watson got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson over the middle. That's caught by QT. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Decided to keep it that time on the option. Got out left, but the defense was right there.
And you know what happened on that play, right? Because the defense, as you said, not letting him get upfield. No place for him to ever duck his shoulders and turn upfield and gain yardage. Had to keep moving out laterally. Nice play by the defenders.
Second and 11 now. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 11. Here's Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 34.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, a 22.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Phillip Lindsey with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans push further out in front. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a Phillip Lindsey touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And able to get this out to the 25. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. On play action, Wentz. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Rodgers on the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On the handoff, it's Mack. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Mack. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Play action. Now Wentz. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the 16, Wentz. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brandon Dunn. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Wentz. This to the outside for Mack. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. Now we have Wentz here, still down on the ground. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. To throw is Watson. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Johnston now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Oh, nice move. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here?
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And his throw here's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time. And it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down.
With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
On 1st down, Wentz. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Wentz gonna throw. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This 1st half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Wentz. He's got it.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To throw, it's Wentz. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal.
Shotgun now for Wentz. This goes to Mack on the check down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
Phillip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. And he's found the end zone twice. And now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Watson.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
On 2nd and 10, Wentz
fighting Hilton on the slant.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd.
And he'll find Pittman.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Dumps this one off to Mack. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they trail the visiting L.A. Rams as that one's gone to the intermission. 2 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
48 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now a play fake. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
Shaq Lawson getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Come on, dog!
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They go right back to Mack. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
They'll get this one to Pittman.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. On first down, Mack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The drive starts with a completion left side. Not much there, only a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. And that's complete to Cooks. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Open man, here's Cobb. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson looks to throw again.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. And that'll set him back 5. Here's a give to Lindsey. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Watson's throw going to be taken in by Johnson.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Watson off play action. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Now Wentz. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
10th season now in the NFL for T.Y. Hilton, all of them with the Colts, and he went over the 600 catch mark last year for his career. He continues to be a reliable target downfield for Colts' new quarterback, Carson Wentz.
Wentz now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Back to the air on second down. Wentz.
He dumps this off to Mack.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. They'll run with Mack. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing is Wentz.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
40 catches as a rookie for Michael Pittman. He overcame some early injury problems and really developed into a reliable target as the season went on. The son of a former running back, that's what he looks like after the catch.
They'll run on first down. It's Mack. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
6 yards left on second down.
Wentz now to throw. He's got Jack Doyle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Mack. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Wentz going to give this to Taylor.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
A couple extra tight ends are in. Third and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
A try here for the extra point. He's got it. They're back within a score. It's 8, 21-13. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. after the touchdown. Here's Blankenship kicking off. Now here's Johnson. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On first down, it's Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. On second down, a run with Lindsey. Gets around him. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Watson now to throw. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Lindsey. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On second down, right back to Lindsey.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive linemen, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll try the air now with Watson. Out to the right, he's got the tight end Waring. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
Laramie Tunsil, Pro Bowl tackle, called for the infraction.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Here's Watson.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain. Got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Wentz to throw.
That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Buying time to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now Wentz.
And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
And now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long.
Play action. Now Wentz. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. It's a gain of 34. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. He finds his man, complete. That's Jordan. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Returning it, Johnston. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
On 1st down, Watson. Caught by Cobb. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On 2nd and inches, Watson.
He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He finds his man, complete. It's Jordan. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Here's Lindsey. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
64 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Watson on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
The DeForest Buckner using those big hands and getting in there and bringing him down for the sack.
It was a little bit of a surprise when DeForest Buckner was traded from the San Francisco 49ers to the Indianapolis Colts prior to the 2020 season, but it sure paid off for Indy. Named All-Pro for the first time with 9.5 sacks.
2nd and 16. Lindsey now off the read option.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on third down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. So third down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. Another run by Lindsey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give him the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
Marlon Mack now heading back out there. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in a game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to, but as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside. To throw is Wentz.
Completes it to Hilton.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Whitney merciless in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Able to find Mack. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Wentz to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. This goes out right to Doyle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Johnston now returning.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Throwing again on second down. Watson got an open man. It's QT. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 91 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnston. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw, Watson. And he slings one that's incomplete. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. To throw is Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct, because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts coming out now. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. What can Wentz do now with his drive? And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Ross Blacklock able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's got it to Hilton. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
On 1st down, it's Mack.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Wentz. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a play fake. Wentz. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another 1st down. Now Wentz. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. 7 yards the pick up there. Working with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Taylor. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They run once more with Taylor. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tie. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the handoff, Taylor. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. To throw is Wentz. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now a give to Taylor. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. A big call
overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good one, weren't we, partner?
That we were, and I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? Oh, what? We're getting overtime? Great for us. A lot of tension on the field, very tough. Not a surprise it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL, but the execution was pretty darn good.
So for the Colts, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Houston, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.
The new sliders are working out a lot better, and the Colts are kind of cocky. All they needed was a field goal to win that game, but they go for the touchdown in overtime, and they are the winners. Let's take a look at the team stats. The score was 30-24. The Indianapolis Colts beat us out as the Houston Texans. Once again, we dropped to 1-5 on the season. Total offense, 493 yards for the Colts. They also led the way with 212 rushing yards. Passing yards, well, the Texans led the way with 307. Something that we've come to be pretty normal at. Leading passing yards, but not winning games. Colts had 30 first downs, 10 punt return yards. The Texans led with 159 kick return yards, but total yards goes to the Colts with 624. The Texans were +1 in the turnovers. They only had 1 turnover. The Colts had 2. Third down conversions, 8 for 18 were the Colts, 3 for 10 were the Texans. Fourth down conversions, the Colts went for it on 4th down 5 times and converted 4 of those. 2-point conversions, the Colts were 1 for 1. In the red zone, the Texans were 2 for 3 with 2 touchdowns. The Colts were 5 for 7 with 2 touchdowns and 3 field goals. 3 penalties for the Texans, giving up 28 yards, and 1 penalty for the Colts, giving up 5 yards. Possession time, 30 minutes, 58 seconds for the Texans, 43 minutes, 33 seconds for the Colts. Let's take a look at the player stats. In the passing department, Desean Watson was 28 for 38 for 323 yards. Carson Wentz was 31 for 45, 319 yards, and 1 touchdown. Jacob Eason also got 2 snaps. He was 1 for 2 with 10 yards. Over in the rushing department, Marlon Mack had 23 carries for 107 yards. Phillip Lindsay had 14 carries, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. Carson Wentz had 9 carries, 75 yards. Jonathan Taylor had 8 carries, 26 yards, 1 touchdown. David Johnson had 2 carries, 9 yards. And Keith Smith had 1 carry for 4 yards. In the receiving department, T.Y. Hilton had 9 catches, 96 yards, 1 touchdown. 9 catches, 64 yards for Marlon Mack. 8 catches, 141 yards for Brandon Cooks. Man, he went crazy. Brevin Jordan had 6 catches, 41 yards. Jack Doyle, 6 catches, 75 yards. Kiki Kuti, 5 catches, 75 yards. Michael Pittman Jr., 4 catches, 56 yards. David Johnson had 3 catches, 22 yards. Randall Cobb, 3 catches, 36 yards. Kahale Waring, 2 catches, 5 yards. Zach Pascal, 2 catches, 21 yards. Kylan Granson had 1 catch, 5 yards. Jonathan Taylor, 1 catch, 12 yards. Phillip Lindsay, 1 catch, 3 yards. Kevin Pierre-Louis had 12 solo tackles. He led the way. Desmond King II and Neville Hewitt both had 9 assisted tackles. Kevin Pierre-Louis had 17 tackles total. Desmond King II had 14, and Justin Reed had 13. Kevin Pierre-Louis had 2 tackles for loss. Isaac Rochelle had 1. Zach Cunningham had 1. Justin Reed had 1. Shaq Lawson had 3.5 sacks. Julian Blackman had 1.5. Whitney Merciless had 1. Brandon Dunn had 1. Kevin Pierre-Louis had 1. Ross Blacklock had 1. Desmond King II had 1. DeForest Buckner had 1. Trent Murphy had 1. Justin Reed had 1. Malik Collins had half a sack. And Bobby Oakreek had half a sack. Oh my goodness. How many sacks is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14 sacks in the game. Oh my goodness. There is. Wow. Whew. 14 sacks, huh? Well, that's it for game number 6. We fall to 1-5. Catch you for game number 6.